Hi, hello, this is Clementine from Ed Books with Clementine. Today is one of my favorite videos to film, and I'm actually refilming this. I did the rolls before, but I wasn't happy with the quality of the sound and the light. Also, I think I was a bit rambly because of a heat wave that we've had this past week. It is finally a little bit slightly less warm, so hopefully I make more sense today. And I can edit and post it today because I also feel bad that I haven't posted in like 2 weeks. It's life, I guess. Anyway, today is my favorite video to film. This is my TBR game. So I play every single month my own TBR game that I made, which is called the Shades of Magic TBR. So I go around the board of the 4 different Londons that exist in the Shades of Magic world, written by V. Schwab in her books. I love this game a lot. I think it's a perfect kind of game for me to have a little bit of structure with the prompts that I get as I roll dice around the board. And I usually get normal prompts, which are these little cards, and then I just read a book that fit the prompts. Some of the prompts are harder to fill, for sure, than others that are very broad. Some of them are just read a physical book, or read a library book, or read a big book, or book with a dark cover. But some of them might be read a book with mental health representation. So it might be a little bit more restrictive compared to some others. And then you have some special tiles, which are extra things to do. Either go back on the board, or have to add a book, or have to read a book in a week, or buy a book for the prompt. Everything that adds a little bit of chaos to this game. Just slightly. Not too much chaos, but a little bit. Anyway, before we get into this TBR game, we do have to see how I did last month to see if I take any punishments, which for me is very light. You will see, because spoilers, but I didn't finish my TBR. This month was very difficult for me. I wanted to participate to the amazing readathon, which was my first time doing it, and I knew it was going to be a little bit harder for me as a mood reader to read prompts every few days. Also, I am a person who reads pretty slowly compared to some others, and I also read longer books. So it was really hard for me to fit the books I wanted to read in the legs that were fitting. I definitely used some of the power-up cards to be able to read whatever I wanted at some point, like the book that involved a holiday. The only books I had that would fit this were Christmas-related books, and I wasn't in the mood to read a Christmas romance at all. Completely. Romance has been out the window for me for months, for sure. So it was hard. But I had fun doing it. And of course, the books I had on my TBR from June were not working, all of them, with the prompts and the way they dropped. And then when they actually dropped and I could read the books for it, it was hard because of the heat wave. I couldn't read anything. I was only reading via audiobook. This week, for example, I only read one book. Well, I just finished the second book, but the 2 of them were audiobooks. And one of them is a novella. So I really didn't read a lot. Also, yeah, the first book was a reread. So I read a reread and then a novella. That's what I read this week. And all on audio, because I couldn't read physically. Like, my brain power was fried completely. Enough rambling. How did I do last month? So I did have a few books that I read and a few books that I didn't. So I read The Sunbearer Trials by Ada and Thomas for a book with a game or a competition. I really enjoyed that one. I really want to read the second book in this duology pretty soon, because I will forget some things, and also I want to get this momentum going. It's also a really nice audiobook. I was really surprised, honestly, because I was a bit hesitant since it is YA, but I think it is the side of YA that is still really interesting to me. Then I also read Thrice Married to a Salted Fish, Volume 1 by BKB, for a book with a disability representation. I just went off the wheelchair on the cover here to tell me that it was working for the prompt. I would say it does fit, as one of the main characters has a chronic illness. So I would still count it in some ways, but it's a little bit murky. I would say that definitely the other volumes in the series might not have the disability rep, though. with the way the volume ended, which makes me also very excited to pick up the next volume. This ending was so intriguing. I actually already bought the second volume, and I'm hopefully going to barely read it too with a friend, which I did for this one, and that was really lovely. Then I had Heartstopper Volume 5 by Alice Oseman, which I read for adapted to TV show. This was really cute. I'm just really excited for Volume 6 to come out soon. And the last one I read was Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne for audiobook prompt. And I'm sad to say that I have DNF'd this book. I gave it its fair shot and I was bored by everything, so it is a hard DNF. Regardless, I have started, so it counts for my TBR game rules. The two books, however, that I didn't get to, I didn't get to An Accident of Stars by Foz Meadows for a book featuring a journey, and I also didn't read Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland for a book with a dark cover. And I'm gutted by this because I'm so excited for these books. These are the two ones I really, really wanted to read. The only problem is these are also the two books I couldn't read on audio, even if I wanted. I think I can maybe find an audiobook for Beyond the Black Door, but for sure An Accident of Stars doesn't have one. And as I said, this month with the heat wave, it was not happening. It was not happening for sure. So now that we went into how I did in June, we do need, as I didn't finish my TBR, do some punishments. My punishments, as I said, are pretty light. Every book that I haven't started by the end of the month, which as of filming this is June 28th, so I'm not likely to actually start any of those. I will take 2 punishments, which for me means that I will roll 2 d6s, and the amount will be how many times I go back on the board, which is not too bad, right? So let's see how many I rolled. So as you saw, I rolled a 2 and then a 5, so I rolled back 7 spaces, which is not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Now, let's get into the proper rolls, shall we? And roll number 1. So we got the prompt for a book with a character death. So this correlates to a person in the Shades of Magic series. I won't say the name. It is there for people to see if they want, but otherwise it might be a spoiler for the series. So book with a character death. It is always hard for this prompt, and I wish I had a better prompt for it. So let me know, those who have read the Shades of Magic series, if you want to tweak this prompt with the character that I put in there instead and put something else. But I figured I could definitely pick Red Country by Abercrombie for this. I've already picked this one earlier before in the year when I picked out this prompt before when I played the TBR game. I think that was back when I wasn't on YouTube and I was just posting on Instagram my TBR games. But I think Book with the Character Death just screams grimdark fantasy to me. And what better than to actually continue in the First Law world, which should have been one of my priority series for the year, and I still haven't made any progress. So I need to get going. Also, I know this one, I love the audiobooks. I need to read the audio and do some immersive reading with it too. But I love the audiobook narrator so much. So I know I can reasonably do it, even if we have another heat wave, even if I'm gone half of a month, which I will be as I'm going on vacation to Portugal, visiting my family. So audiobook is going to be the way to go, but book number 1. And on to roll number 2. So for this, we got a place for the Shade of Magic series, which is the Grand Hall, and the prompt is to read a big book over 500 pages. So I was a bit smart this month and actually put a book that I am buddy reading, and that is The Burning God by Kuang. I am finishing this trilogy with my good friend Dominica, And I'm excited to be finishing the series, but also hesitant with how many problems I had with the second book, mostly the character development, right? So I guess we'll see. And it's definitely over 500 pages. It is over 600 pages. Actually, it is 617 pages. So yeah, it fits. And on to rule number 3. So we got another location card. The red cards are location. This is the night market. And of course, I put newest acquired book as the prompt. I could have gone a few different ways because the last time I went to a bookstore, I actually bought 5 books, which, yeah, my wallet is a little bit sad this month with how many books I bought. I originally put another book on there, but now I remembered when I was talking about Thrice Married to Salted Fish, of course, I can put this one, Thrice Married to Salted Fish, Volume 2 by BKB. I am actually planning to buddy read this, I think the second week of July, probably. And I think this one is a perfect blend of easy reading. The translation is really good, and I'm really engaged with it, so it's going to be an easy read. So I can't wait. And on to role number 4. So for round number 4, as you saw, we actually hit a special tile, which is Osaron, and that prompt makes us actually go to the end of the board directly, because the villain is ready for a fight. He's ready for the big battle and to end it all. But before we actually go to that tile, we do need to first pick a prompt, which I did, and I got an object, which is a mask. And for this, it's just to read an ebook. And here I will put a book that I had put on my TBR in June, and this is An Accident of Star by Foz Meadows. It is great to have this prompt. As I said before, I will be traveling for 2 weeks, so having some ebooks and audiobooks possible is great because it means I won't have to travel with big books in my suitcase because I won't have a lot of space or a lot of weight. And after doing the regular prompt, we actually do go to this final tile, which is a little bit special. That tile is a lot of chaos because I have to roll a d20. And if I get a 7 or above, then I can mood read whatever I want. But if I get less than the 7s, meaning rolling a 1 through 6, then I have to randomize my TBR and pick a random number. So let's see. As you can see, the D&D luck strikes again. When I need it, I don't roll well. That's what's happening when I play D&D. And that's also what happened today, of course. So I could use my Goodreads TBR and just do a random number, which is what I used to do when I didn't have anything else. But I did make some stars, and I have a TBR jar with most of the books that I've bought. I haven't updated it in the last 2 months, which might be good because it means that if I pick from it, it will at least be some of the books that are a little bit older to my TBR. But here's a jar. I'm kind of scared. I haven't done a TBR jar pick in a while, and so I think I'm a little bit scared of it. Let's pick this one. This is the very light tan. The colors don't mean anything because I just put whatever I could, and I got some of this like origami paper to make the stars, and it has a lot of different colors, and I just put a few of each color so that it's as colorful as possible in the jar, and that's all there is to it. I have, oh wow, that was hard. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, that is a very scary one. I don't want to. As you see, I've got Of Darkness and Light, which is by Ryan K. Hill. This is the second book in the Bound and the Broken series. I have read the first book and I was okay with it. I think I was a little bit bored, but I was a little bit intrigued about the world. I do think it is a little bit too classic fantasy feel to me without being character driven enough for me. Like, for example, Aragon series, well, the Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. I loved it, despite it being very classic fantasy, having a lot of travel, things that I have issues with. Too much travel, too much classic fantasy can be really detrimental for me. But with the Inheritance Cycle, the interest is that for me, it seems very character driven. From the start, I was very much feeling for the characters. And I don't know why, with this Bound of the Broken series by Ryan K. Hill, I've never really felt that much about the characters. It might be the writing itself that might be a little bit more omniscient POV compared to something like Aragon that is still a little bit more, following this one character. So you're really in their head and what they're feeling. But yeah, I have actually been buddy reading this with a friend, and we were reading book two. So I have started this actually, and we put it to the side. We weren't feeling it, and we haven't been back to it since. So I'll have to see with Sammy if she feels like reading it. But otherwise, I might probably still read it because I really want to make a decision on this and see if I'm really interested and I need to purchase the others, or if I need to say, like, yeah, this is really not for me and I'm just DNFing the series altogether. So I guess this is the month that we're reading this. I was not expecting to read this now. I'm really scared about this, but ultimately it is a good thing, right? Right, right. So there you go. This is my TBR. So I have these three books plus An Accident of Stars by Foz Meadows and Of Darkness and Light by Ryan K. Hill, which totals to a lot of pages. I think it's a decent amount of pages for me. So we'll see how much I can read actually this month. So let me know, what is on your TBR plans for July? What are you planning to read? I would love to know. And if you don't have anything to say, but just want to let me know that you were here, how about you leave a dragon emoji for the Bound and the Broken series by Ryan K. Hill that I'm really, really scared to read, so that we manifest good vibes, because I love dragons. If we do have more dragon things in this second book, maybe I will like it better, you know? And with this, I'll stop rambling, get back to reading, and I'll see you in the next one.